Welcome to another installment of our enduring narratives, where unforeseen moments spark life-altering transformations. Tonight's tale explores contrasts, surprises, and the profound power of looking beyond appearances. In an atmosphere charged with anticipation, we invite you to experience a story of genuine connection, one that transcends societal norms and expectations. Prepare to journey through the cobblestone streets of Paris, witness a luxurious world rarely seen by the ordinary, and discover how one simple proposition has the power to reshape lives forever. As our story unfolds, we ask you to remain with us until the very end and, if inspired, share with us your own reflections on where you are listening from. Under the shimmering glow of Parisian streetlights, Vincent Archer surveyed the cityscape from the lofty confines of his penthouse. A man of imposing presence and notable wealth, Vincent had built his empire through unwavering determination and sharp business acumen. At 47 years old, he was renowned not only as a formidable investor, but also as a visionary whose decisions could reshape entire industries. Yet behind the steely resolve and flawless public persona lay a soul yearning for authenticity, a longing that had grown even more pronounced in the wake of a highly publicized breakup with a renowned film star. The media, ever eager for scandal, had painted his personal life with broad, unkind strokes, leaving him with a lingering emptiness that no amount of boardroom triumphs could fill. That fateful evening, as Vincent prepared to attend one of Paris's most celebrated charity galas, he found himself caught between two worlds. On one hand, there was the glittering realm of high society, a world of meticulously curated events, dazzling soirees, and the relentless scrutiny of both influential peers and an unyielding press. On the other hand, there was the uncharted territory of genuine human connection, an aspect of life he feared had long since been overshadowed by wealth and status. With the gala looming ahead, the pressure to impress his elite circle was immense, and the expectations placed upon him weighed heavily on his heart. Yet amid all the glitter and glamour, Vincent craved something altogether different. A spark of unpredictability that might awaken a part of him he had nearly forgotten. As he stepped out of his sleek office and into the crisp, bustling Parisian night, Vincent's eyes roamed over the sea of elegantly dressed figures and hurried pedestrians. His finely polished shoes clicked against the ancient cobblestones as he navigated the maze of narrow streets and shadowed alleys. It was then, in a quiet, dimly lit corner, away from the usual throng, that he noticed her. A woman whose presence was unassuming, yet undeniably compelling. Wrapped in a well-worn overcoat and with her dark, unruly hair partially veiling her face, Isabelle seemed a stark contrast to the polished and privileged figures Vincent was accustomed to. Even as passers-by hurried along without a second glance, Vincent's discerning gaze was drawn to the quiet dignity in the way she carried herself, a resilience that shone through despite the hardships etched into her features. Unable to shake the intrigue that gripped him, Vincent approached her slowly, his heart unexpectedly quickening as he neared. "Excuse me," he began, his voice firm yet imbued with sincerity. "I have an unusual proposition for you." Isabelle's eyes widened in cautious surprise as she regarded him, her expression a mix of wariness and curiosity. "What sort of proposition?" she inquired, her tone guarded. Vincent offered a subtle smile and continued, "I need a companion for a formal event tonight, a charity gala, and you would be generously compensated for your time." The words hung in the cool air between them, laden with a promise that was both unconventional and, in a way, tantalizing. Isabelle's gaze narrowed as she digested his offer. "You want me, a complete stranger, to be your date?" she asked, incredulity lacing her voice. "Yes," Vincent replied, meeting her eyes steadily. "There's something about you that suggests you're more than you appear, a refreshing anomaly in a world where everyone else is merely playing a part. Would you consider spending a few hours with me tonight?" For a long moment, silence stretched between them as Isabelle's mind battled with uncertainty and suspicion. The world she knew had taught her caution. Trust was a luxury, often taken at great risk. Yet, beneath that hardened exterior lay a spark of hope, a desire to break free from the mundane and experience life's unpredictable beauty. Finally, With a voice barely above a whisper, she said, "And how much exactly are we talking about?" Vincent's lips curved into a gentle smile as he replied, €5,000 for tonight alone." Her eyes widened in disbelief, and for a moment the weight of the offer seemed to suspend time. Glancing down at her worn shoes and the humble garments that marked her as different from those in his elite circle, Isabel hesitated only briefly before murmuring, "All right, I'll do it." With that, Vincent extended his hand, saying, "I am Vincent Archer," and as Isabel's hand met his in a tentative handshake, she softly introduced herself as Isabel. Before long, the evening's journey began in earnest. Vincent ushered Isabel into his luxurious black limousine, its interior adorned with plush leather seats and gleaming chrome accents, a stark contrast to the gritty simplicity of the streets from which she had emerged. As the car glided smoothly through the labyrinthine boulevards of Paris, Isabel's eyes darted around in awe, taking in the unfamiliar splendor that now surrounded her. The vehicle eventually came to a halt outside a chic boutique nestled along a historic avenue, where an attentive team of stylists awaited their arrival. "Why are we here?" she asked, her voice tinged with confusion as she glanced from Vincent to the poised figures standing by the entrance. "If you're going to be my date for the evening, you must look the part," Vincent explained kindly, his smile reassuring. "Let's get you ready." Inside the boutique's softly lit interior, skilled hands set about transforming Isabel's appearance with an almost magical precision. As she sat before an ornate mirror in a private dressing room, Isabel watched herself change, the mirror reflecting not only the gradual refinement of her exterior, but also the subtle stirring of confidence within her. The stylist worked with practiced ease, selecting a sleek, dark green gown that hugged her figure gracefully, accentuating both her natural beauty and an inner strength that belied her unassuming origins. With each careful adjustment, a dab of color here, a perfectly tailored seam there, the years of hardship and anonymity seemed to fade, replaced by an emerging radiance that was both ethereal and quietly powerful. When at last she stepped out of the dressing room, Vincent's breath caught in his throat. There she stood, a woman transformed, exuding a blend of grace, vulnerability, and a captivating authenticity that was as rare as it was striking. Together they made their way to the gala, a grand affair held in an opulent ballroom crowned with glittering chandeliers that cast soft, dancing light over a sea of elegantly attired guests. The ambience was one of refined sophistication, punctuated by the gentle strains of classical music and the murmur of lively conversation. As Vincent led Isabel through the imposing double doors, a palpable hush fell over the room. Whispers rippled through the crowd as onlookers exchanged curious glances at the unexpected pairing. The esteemed Vincent Archer, a titan of industry, and Isabel, the mysterious beauty, whose humble beginnings were evident to those who looked beyond her transformed exterior. Despite the initial buzz, the evening unfolded with an unexpected warmth. Vincent maintained a protective hand on Isabel's back as they navigated the crowded hall, each step echoing with the silent understanding that their meeting was far more than a mere arrangement. The gala's guests, accustomed to a world of superficial charm and well-rehearsed pleasantries, were taken aback by the genuine candor that radiated from Isabel. As she mingled with the other attendees, her words, simple, honest, and devoid of pretense, cut through the glitz and pretense of high society. During a conversation with a particularly ostentatious couple, Isabel remarked softly yet firmly, "It is important to remember that a person's worth is not measured by wealth or status. Often, those who have weathered the harshest storms develop the strongest character." The couple, momentarily silenced by the force of her conviction, exchanged startled glances, while Vincent's heart swelled with admiration. Here was a woman unafraid to speak the truth, in a world that had long since forgotten its meaning. As the night progressed, it became increasingly clear to Vincent that Isabel was no mere accessory to be paraded at an elite event. In the midst of carefully orchestrated conversations and rehearsed smiles, her genuine nature shone through, a beacon of sincerity in a realm that thrived on artifice. At one point, while laughing softly at a remark, Isabel confessed, "I only hope that by being true to myself, I don't end up embarrassing you." Vincent's eyes sparkled with amusement as he replied, "You could never embarrass me. Your authenticity is a breath of fresh air in my carefully constructed world." In that exchange, something profound shifted within him. He began to see Isabel not simply as a temporary diversion or an object of curiosity, but as a person whose inner strength and vulnerability had awakened parts of him long dormant. The turning point came unexpectedly when an old college acquaintance of Vincent's, a man with a well-established reputation in business circles, approached them with an air of barely concealed curiosity. The man's eyes darted between Vincent and Isabel, his tone laced with subtle insinuation as he remarked, "I had no idea you would bring someone like this to the gala, Vincent." The comment, though casually delivered, stung with an undercurrent of judgment. Isabel's face paled, and for a fleeting moment, Vincent saw the tension ripple across her features. Without hesitation, Vincent gently interposed himself between the acquaintance and Isabel. "Isabel and I share a close bond," he declared firmly, his voice carrying both reassurance and determination. "There is no need for further questions." The man's raised eyebrows spoke volumes, yet Vincent's protective gesture and resolute tone silenced any further probing. In that quiet moment, away from the prying eyes and whispered speculations of high society, Vincent realized that his admiration for Isabel had deepened into something that transcended the superficial. Her very presence, a reminder of the simplicity and raw beauty of life, had stirred a desire within him to re-examine everything he once held dear. As the evening neared its climax and the gala's sophisticated festivities reached a crescendo, Vincent led Isabel away from the bustling throng to a quieter, more secluded corner of the ballroom. The soft murmur of conversation and the distant strains of a string quartet provided a gentle backdrop as he turned to face her, his eyes searching hers for understanding. "Isabel," he began, his voice soft yet imbued with a newfound resolve, "tonight has shown me that life is about more than the glitter and glamour that we so often chase. In you, I have found a glimpse of something real, a connection that goes far beyond appearances and the shallow expectations of society." He paused, allowing the sincerity of his words to sink in, his heart pounding as he continued. "For so long I have lived a life defined by success, wealth, and the constant need to impress others. But tonight I have come to realize that what I truly desire is a life filled with genuine emotion and honest connection. And I believe that life could be so much richer if you were by my side." The intensity in his voice left little room for ambiguity. With deliberate care, Vincent reached into his suit pocket and retrieved a small velvet box. The polished surface of the box caught the soft light, its contents promising something beyond a mere formal arrangement. Dropping to one knee, a gesture both unexpected and profoundly sincere, he opened the box to reveal a dazzling diamond ring that sparkled with the promise of a new beginning. "Isabel," he said, his voice trembling with both vulnerability and unwavering certainty, "I know this is sudden, but in you, I have discovered a truth I can no longer ignore. Will you do me the honor of marrying me, and in doing so help me create a life that is as authentic and beautiful as the love I feel for you?" For a long, suspended moment, the world around them seemed to fade into silence. Isabel's eyes widened, and tears welled in their depths as she stared at the ring and then back into Vincent's earnest gaze. Her mind raced with a torrent of emotions, the shock, the uncertainty, and the overwhelming sense of being seen for who she truly was. I don't know what to say," she whispered, her voice trembling as if each word was a revelation. Vincent's eyes, filled with a desperate yet tender plea, urged her to speak from the depths of her heart. "Please, Isabel," he continued softly, "give me a chance to show you that I can be the man you deserve. A man who sees beyond the superficial, who cherishes your strength and beauty, and who is willing to embrace all the uncertainties that come with true love." A single tear escaped down her cheek as the weight of his words settled within her. In that vulnerable silence, Isabel's heart made a quiet, irrevocable decision. With a voice barely audible above the gentle hum of the room, she replied, "Yes, I'll marry you." In that moment, as if the universe itself had conspired to bring them together, the room burst into spontaneous applause. Vincent rose to his feet and drew Isabel into a warm, protective embrace, and in that tender moment, she felt an overwhelming surge of security, warmth, and the profound sense of belonging that she had long yearned for. In the aftermath of that life-changing proposal, the remainder of the evening took on an almost dreamlike quality. The once daunting world of high society now seemed to transform into a place where authenticity reigned supreme. A place where two souls, so disparate in origin, yet united by the common pursuit of truth and love, had found their long-sought home in each other's arms. Throughout the night, whispers of admiration and astonishment echoed among the gala's guests, but Vincent and Isabel remained oblivious to the external chatter, lost instead in their private celebration of newfound hope. Vincent's heart, once burdened by the emptiness of a life defined solely by success, now brimmed with a tenderness that defied all his previous convictions. With each gentle touch, every shared smile, and every quiet word of encouragement, he was reminded that the true measure of a man is not found in the accolades he collects or the wealth he amasses, but in the capacity to love and be loved in return. The transformative power of that single evening soon rippled outward, touching not only the lives of those present at the gala, but also echoing in the quiet moments that followed in the days to come. In the weeks after the proposal, Vincent found himself re-evaluating long-held priorities. Business meetings and boardroom battles, once the sole focus of his existence, began to take on a different hue. A hue tinted with the gentle warmth of genuine affection and the desire to build a future grounded in sincerity. Friends and colleagues who had long admired his unyielding resolve now saw a softer, more human side of him, a side that had been awakened by the simple, unadorned truth embodied by Isabel. Meanwhile, Isabel herself experienced a transformation that went far beyond the external changes orchestrated by skilled stylists and elegant gowns. In the quiet solitude of her own thoughts, she discovered a wellspring of self-worth and resilience that had been buried beneath years of hardship. The memory of that night, a night when she had stepped into a world of dazzling opulence only to reveal the quiet dignity of her true self, became a cherished reminder that life's most precious moments often emerge from the most unexpected encounters. In the months that followed, the couple navigated the complexities of their newfound relationship with a delicate balance of passion and pragmatism. Vincent, who had long been accustomed to a life of unyielding control and predictable outcomes, learned to embrace the uncertainties that came with loving someone so refreshingly real. His once sterile world of calculated investments and meticulous plans gradually gave way to spontaneous adventures, late-night conversations under the stars, and quiet mornings spent in the gentle glow of Parisian dawn. Isabel, too, began to open her heart to the possibilities that lay before her. She discovered that the strength she had cultivated through years of struggle was not only a shield against life's adversities, but also a beacon that could illuminate the path to a future filled with hope and love. Together, they embarked on a journey that was as unpredictable as it was beautiful. A journey that taught them that true transformation is not measured by the grandeur of one's surroundings, but by the authenticity of one's spirit. As Vincent and Isabel strolled hand in hand along the Seine in the soft light of early morning, the city around them seemed to whisper promises of renewal and endless possibility. The once impressive weight of high society and its relentless expectations had given way to a more gentle, human connection. A connection that defied convention and celebrated the raw, unfiltered essence of life. In each other they had found not only solace but also the courage to face a future that was as uncertain as it was inviting. Their love, forged in the crucible of societal expectations and personal vulnerability, was a testament to the idea that sometimes the most profound changes occur when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to trust in the unexpected, and to embrace the beauty of life as it is, not as it is expected to be. Over time, their shared journey began to ripple outward, touching the lives of those around them. Vincent's colleagues, once ensnared by the cold logic of profit margins and market trends, found themselves inspired by the authenticity that now defined him. His philanthropic endeavors grew more passionate and heartfelt, driven by a desire to help others find the same transformative power that had awakened his own heart. Friends and acquaintances alike remarked on the subtle yet unmistakable change in his demeanor. a softening of the once unyielding edge, replaced by the gentle warmth of someone who had learned to see beyond the superficial. Meanwhile, Isabel became a quiet beacon of hope for those who had long felt invisible in a world that prized wealth and status over character and integrity. Her journey from the margins to the heart of a glittering elite not only redefined her own self-worth, but also served as a powerful reminder to others that true beauty and strength are born from life's trials and tribulations. One crisp autumn evening, as the golden hues of sunset bathed the Parisian skyline in a soft, melancholy glow, Vincent and Isabel found themselves seated at a small table in a quaint cafe overlooking the bustling city square. Over steaming cups of rich, aromatic coffee, they reminisced about the remarkable chain of events that had led them to that very moment. Vincent's voice, usually so measured and reserved, now carried the unmistakable cadence of heartfelt passion as he recalled his initial encounter with Isabel. "I remember the moment I saw you that night," he began, his eyes fixed on the distant horizon where the fading light met the silhouettes of ancient buildings. "There was something in the way you carried yourself, an air of quiet dignity that spoke of a life lived with courage despite its hardships. It was a moment that changed everything for me, a moment that made me realize that sometimes the most unexpected encounters can alter the course of our lives in ways we could never have imagined." Isabel listened intently, her gaze softening as she recalled her own whirlwind of emotions, the initial shock, the reluctance, and eventually the overwhelming sense of liberation that had accompanied Vincent's proposal. "I never imagined," she admitted softly, "that a single night could shatter the barriers I had built around myself. But with you, I discovered that life's true beauty lies not in the glitter of wealth or the shine of societal status, but in the raw, unfiltered moments of genuine connection." As the cafe's soft chatter and clinking of cups filled the background, their conversation turned toward the future, a future that, until recently, had seemed so uncertain and fraught with fear. Vincent spoke of dreams once shelved in favor of pragmatic pursuits, dreams of a life rich with emotion, laughter, and the unpredictable adventures that come with daring to love wholeheartedly. "I have spent so much of my life chasing success," he reflected, "but now I see that success is hollow unless it is shared with someone who truly understands the value of authenticity." Isabel, moved by his sincerity, added, "You taught me that my past does not define my future, and that the strength I carry inside me is something to be celebrated, not hidden away." Their words, simple and unadorned, resonated with a truth that transcended the barriers of their former lives. In that intimate setting, with the city of Paris whispering promises of hope and renewal in the twilight, Vincent and Isabel embraced the uncertainty of tomorrow, knowing that together they could forge a path toward a life replete with both passion and purpose. In the weeks and months that followed, the couple began to weave their new reality with the delicate threads of shared experiences and mutual trust. Vincent's world, once dominated by boardrooms and calculated risks, gradually transformed into one where the pursuit of happiness took precedence over profit margins. He immersed himself in philanthropic projects, championing causes that aim to uplift the underprivileged and empower those who had long been sidelined by society's relentless march toward superficial success. His transformation, observed with admiration and curiosity by old acquaintances, signaled a quiet revolution, a turning away from a life dictated by external accolades toward one defined by personal fulfillment and compassionate action. For Isabel, the journey was equally profound. The woman who had once walked the streets of Paris in worn clothing, burdened by the weight of life's hardships, now reveled in a sense of self-empowerment and newfound dignity. Encouraged by Vincent's unwavering belief in her potential, she began to share her story with others, speaking at community centers, participating in charitable initiatives, and becoming a voice for those whose struggles were too often ignored. With each step forward, she reclaimed a piece of herself that had been buried under layers of doubt and resignation, emerging as an emblem of resilience and hope in a world too often preoccupied with surface appearances. One particular evening, as the chill of winter began to creep into the narrow streets of Paris, Vincent organized a small gathering at his home, a celebration of transformation and the simple joy of being truly alive. Surrounded by close friends and a few kindred spirits, he raised a glass in a heartfelt toast Tonight, he declared, we celebrate not the glimmer of wealth or the fleeting allure of fame, but the enduring beauty of genuine connection. In every one of us lies the capacity for change, for compassion, and for love. Let this night be a reminder that even the most unexpected encounters can lead us to the most extraordinary destinations. The room, filled with laughter and the quiet murmur of sincere conversation, became a microcosm of a world reborn, one where barriers dissolved and hearts beat in unison with the timeless rhythm of hope. As time flowed gently onward, Vincent and Isabel continued to build a life together that defied expectations and redefined success. Their love, born from a chance encounter on a cold Parisian night, grew stronger with each passing day, enriched by shared dreams, quiet moments of reflection, and the unspoken understanding that true intimacy is found in the spaces between words. Vincent's transformation became a living testament to the idea that even the most formidable of men can be softened by the tender presence of someone who sees beyond the veneer of high society. And Isabel, with her resilient spirit and unyielding authenticity, became a symbol of hope, a reminder that every soul, regardless of its origins, has the potential to shine with its own unique brilliance. In the reflective glow of countless evenings spent together, the couple often found themselves contemplating the twists and turns of fate that had led them to one another. Their shared journey, marked by moments of vulnerability and strength alike, was a mosaic of laughter, tears, challenges, and triumphs. And though the world outside continued its relentless pace, churning with the demands of wealth, power, and endless ambition, within the quiet sanctuary of their shared life, Vincent and Isabel nurtured a love that was as profound as it was rare. Their story, a delicate tapestry of passion and perseverance, served as a gentle reminder that life's most meaningful transformations often arise from the most unexpected of proposals. As we reach the close of this tale, we are left with a stirring reflection on the unpredictable nature of fate and the transformative power of love. In a world where appearances are often deceiving and superficial charm can mask a hollow existence, Vincent and Isabel's journey stands as an enduring testament to the beauty of authenticity. Their path, illuminated by moments of serendipity and the courage to embrace the unknown, teaches us that sometimes it is the very act of stepping outside our comfort zones that allows us to rediscover our true selves. Their story is a call to all who have ever felt confined by societal expectations, to dare to seek what lies beyond the surface, and to trust that even the most unexpected encounters can lead to life-changing transformations. Now, as you reflect on this narrative set against the timeless backdrop of Paris, consider the possibility that your own life might be waiting for a similar moment of quiet revelation. Perhaps, in the midst of routine and certainty, there is an opportunity to embrace the unknown, to allow a single, unanticipated encounter to unlock a world of genuine connection and love. It is in these moments that we are reminded of the true essence of our humanity, the capacity to evolve, to empathize, and ultimately, to transform our lives in ways we never imagined possible. This story of Vincent and Isabel is more than just an account of a surprising proposal in elite society. It is a celebration of life's unpredictable beauty and the transformative power of vulnerability. Their journey, fraught with challenges and imbued with tender revelations, invites us to question the superficial measures of success and to value instead the quiet, enduring strength of the human spirit. For in the soft glow of candlelight, beneath the stars that have witnessed countless dreams and heartbreaks, we find the courage to reimagine our own stories, to believe that even the most unlikely of encounters may hold the key to a future filled with hope, warmth, and boundless possibility. In the final analysis, the tale we have shared tonight reminds us that life's most profound moments often emerge from the interplay between chance and choice. Vincent's bold decision to step away from the rigid confines of his former world and Isabel's brave acceptance of an offer that defied convention are both emblematic of the extraordinary power that lies within each of us. When we dare to look past the glitter of wealth and the veneer of status, we open ourselves up to a universe where genuine connection and transformative love are not only possible, but inevitable. And it is in that universe a universe built on the simple truth that every individual, regardless of circumstance, carries within them the potential for greatness, that our hearts may finally find the peace and fulfillment we have long sought. As the Parisian night finally gave way to the soft light of dawn, Vincent and Isabelle stood together on a quiet balcony overlooking the awakening city. The streets below, slowly coming to life, seemed to mirror the couple's own journey, a gradual unfolding of beauty, hope, and the promise of a new beginning. In that serene moment, with the gentle murmur of the city as their backdrop, they silently vowed to honor the truth they had discovered, that every day, no matter how ordinary it might seem, holds the possibility for extraordinary change. And as they embraced the coming day with hearts unburdened by the past, they knew that their shared future, though unpredictable, was destined to be a tapestry woven with threads of honesty, compassion, and the enduring light of love. Let this tale serve as a timeless reminder that within the fabric of our daily lives lie moments of breathtaking possibility. It is in the unexpected proposal, in the chance encounter between a refined soul and one who has known the harsh realities of life, that we are offered the chance to redefine our own destinies. And as you continue on your journey, dear reader, may you always remember that true transformation begins with the courage to see beyond appearances, to embrace vulnerability, and to trust in the inherent beauty of every human connection. Thank you for joining us on this heartfelt journey. We invite you now to reflect on the story of Vincent and Isabelle and share your thoughts on how unexpected encounters have shaped your own life. Where are you listening from? How have moments of genuine connection transformed your perspective? In these quiet reflections, we find the courage to dream, to love, and to believe that every heart, no matter how bruised or battered, holds the promise of a brilliant tomorrow.